Hello everyone. This is a how-to video on how to remove these wires from the plug without cutting, soldering, splicing, doing anything. What we're actually going to do is be able to push these pins out and reuse them. So let me show you how we can do that. Now bear with me because I don't have anyone here to hold the phone for me. Okay. So what you're going to need is from like a sewing kit, kind of a strong needle. I was using a different one, and as you can see, they get bent fairly quickly. You can use a strong safety pin as well. But before that, what you need to do is you need to flip this back. Kind of can go into the edge here. And you flip this back. So that way you can gain access to these. Now what I do recommend is taking a video before you take any of this stuff out to basically document where which wire went. So what I typically do is I show the clip side, which is up here, and from left to right we have black, green, blue. This green is more of like a, I don't even know if it's green, but it's definitely not blue. So black, green, blue is how I remember. From left to right, the right plug is not being used. Okay? What you're going to want to do, and it took me several tries to attempt this and figure it out, but right in here, where this T is, if you stick your pin in here and you kind of push firmly, what it'll do, and you kind of have to push up at the same time, you'll be able to get it out. Now, it's not quite, like I said, this is the second one. I already did the other turn signal. It's not that easy at first, but once you get going, it becomes easier. To where it looks like that. Okay? So now that you have your turn signal or wire, this really can work for any of your wiring, you'll be able to take this stuff off and mount it up the way you need to, put everything back on, and when you put this stuff back, you have to remember how it came. So you're gonna want this T-clip part coming up towards the front of this T, and when you push it in, you kind of have to use another tool to push it in all the way. See, if you can pull it back out, you didn't put it in the right way. So what you need to do is you need to put it in the other way, and then it locks. If it locks in, you have the pin in the right way. So because I actually want this to come out, I'm gonna redo what I showed you. Boom, just like that. Okay? This is super helpful if you don't want to cut and solder. You want to keep the integrity of your wiring. And basically just make life easier. I watched a lot of videos of trying to figure out how to do this, and no one showed you how to do that. All they did was they say, even in the instructions I have, they say to cut 2 inches away from the plug, and then splice and solder back together. That's a whole lot more work, as you can see. So I hope this video helps and you get going with your build.